The marketplace is not exactly what they taught you in commerce. There is a perspective of the market I will show you today. One, there are three things you see in the marketplace. Number one, those who came to sell. Number two, those who came to buy. Then number three, those who came for spiritual activities. When I talk about the marketplace, I'm talking about the career place. Not everybody in the market came to sell. Not everybody you see in the movie industry came to act. Not everybody came to buy. Not also everybody came for spiritual activity. In the spirituality of the marketplace, emotions and cryings cannot rule the earth. There is no portion for an emotional man. Can I tell you what psychology says? Psychology tells you that every emotional man is a chronic womanizer. If you be man here and you cry, you need deliverance. What they call money in the spirit world is blood. That is to tell you, in the physical world, if you are not bloody, money can locate you. Have you not noticed that every wealthy man has a bad name? The poor will give him a name, because the man might have 2 billion in his account. You are begging him 100,000, he won't give you. To every resources, if it must multiply, it must be appropriated according to intelligence, not emotion. Now, write this down. Money doesn't go to emotional people. If you think critically, you will realize that all the money you made, you lost because of emotion. Your grandfather's great-grandmother died, you sponsored the burial. Your sister is marrying in Calabar, you paid everybody's flight ticket. Your neighbor cried to you, you gave him 2 million. Your elder sister delivered in the hospital, you borrowed money to go and release her from the hospital. Whereas pregnancy gave them 9 months notice with her husband. Money doesn't go to emotional people. If you must be rich, you must be spiritual. And the spiritual man is a critical thinker. What the spirit does is to sharpen the mind of men. In this context, judging on this contextuality, you now discover that any man that must have dominion in the market must be a spiritual man in business. Write it down. Must be a spiritual man in business. Do you know that there are 3 categories of persons you find in the marketplace? Is that correct? One, those that came to sell, they that came to buy, and those that came for spiritual activities. What are then the spiritual activities they carry out? Number one, the power that delay men is in the marketplace. Whenever you dream and find yourself in the market, you need to deal with a spirit of delay. In John 5, verse 2 and verse 3. Now there is at Jerusalem by the sheep market a pool, which is called in the Hebrew tongue Bethsaida, having 5 porches. The next verse. And this lay a great multitude of impotent folk, of blind, out, without, waiting for the moving of the water. Mark the word water. I'm still going to explain it. Then go back to verse 2. There was by a sheep market a pool. What connection has a swimming pool to do with the marketplace? What connection has water to do with the market? You know, many of us read the scriptures and go, it was here in this pool they brought a man that was impotent for 38 years. They brought that man to the pool for 38 years. He was not healed, but his healing was by the corner. 38 years, I am 34, meaning he was 4 years old by the side of the water before this man talking to you was born. There was healing, but he was not healed. He was delayed for 38 years until Jesus came to heal him. What delayed him, even when healing was there, was the market force. Whenever you go to the market, do you not notice that you spend more time than you plan? Whenever you go to the market, do you not discover that sometimes you come to a particular spot 4 times before going? Whenever you go to the market, sometimes what you are looking for, you are passed there 4 or 5 times before you finally find it. Sometimes you ask somebody, I'm looking for Ugu. He said, look at Ugu here now. It is not you. A spirit invaded you to delay you. The Bible didn't say there was a man laid by the pool of Bethsaida. He first of all gave you a description. By a sheep market, there was a pool. Can I tell you another thing? What caused that man's delay through the market? You know, market is full of activity. That man will always be observing and watching the activities of the market. Wouldn't know when the angel come to trouble the water. Before he realized the angel has come, another has entered and gone. Behind every delayed man is a distracted man. Sister, you are believing God for marriage now. There was a time in your life that men were rushing you like hot akara, and you are telling them that they are not your class and you don't want to marry now. Now they are no longer coming, and the people you are now looking for are those people you said were not your class, and your class has classed off. The reason is this, sister. When it was your time to settle down, there was a distraction that introduced this current delay you are going through. You are busy in the market. Which busy in the market? You are busy in the market with the angel beauty taking you around the market to buy cosmetics. Listen, you are not really beautiful until you are appreciated. And if you must be beautiful, you must be the person to tell yourself you are, not by the validation of men. Now, angel beauty is the reason you are traveling everywhere with mirror. It's a devil, it's a demon that left heaven, and the church accepted it. Some people can't tell you good morning until they do powder. While they were in secondary school, they failed geography because they couldn't draw the map of Nigeria, but they now draw it on their face. Professional eyebrow drawers. 2 hours, they are just starting in the mirror. And I called one lady and said, what is green doing here? Green, green, green. Am I against makeup? No. But there should be modesty and moderation if a spirit will not be involved. That impotent man was delayed because of market forces.